Carry ain't about the biggest iron or the flashiest name. It's about what you can strap on every single day without cussing under your breath or leaving it at home. Comfort. That's the real king of everyday carry. Now, Glock loyalists will tell you their slim lines already wrote the book, but 2025's got pistols rolling in that don't just match them, they're making folks rethink what comfortable really means. Slim frames, smart weight, grips that don't chew your hand raw. These aren't safe queens, they're the kind of pistols you forget you're wearing till you need them most. So saddle up, we're digging into the 9mm pistols that earn their place in your waistband, not with hype, but with miles walked and hours carried. And here it is, the 6-hour P226 Legion SAO, the undisputed comfort benchmark. Every time I pick this gun up, I'm reminded exactly why it earns the #1 spot. Yes, it's full size. Yes, it's heavier than your average carry gun, but every ounce is certainly worth it. The Legion treatment elevates it. Refined checkering, grips that lock perfectly in your palm, and an incredible flat trigger that feels like butter under your finger. Balance, spot on. Recoil feels less like a snap and more like a controlled push, which makes long-range sessions feel effortless. I've spent entire days shooting the P226 Legion SAO, running drills, teaching, even competition practice, and my hands never tire. It just feels right. The ergonomics, the weight, the trigger, everything works together to make it one of the most enjoyable guns you'll ever handle. Sure, it's not the most concealable, but for duty, home defense, or competition, it doesn't just perform, it dominates. Honestly, once you shot this, other guns start to feel like compromises. The P226 Legion SAO isn't just comfortable, it's the gun that sets the standard. What's your all-day comfort champion? Remember the PDP we talked about earlier? Well, meet the reason it isn't Walther's ultimate comfort champion, the Walther PPQ. If I had to spend 8 hours straight teaching a brand new shooter, this is the gun they'd thank me for every single time. Seriously, the moment you hand it over, the grip just melts in your hand. It's shaped in a way that feels natural, almost like it was custom molded for every shooter, no matter their hand size. And the trigger? Wow-wee wow. Out of the box, it's one of the best striker-fired triggers you'll ever feel. Short, light, consistent. You can almost feel the gun rewarding you for pulling the trigger the right way. Combine that with a recoil impulse that's smooth and predictable, and you've got a pistol that's not only beginner-friendly, but also satisfying for seasoned shooters. I've spent countless hours on the range with the PPQ, running drills, teaching classes, and even doing a bit of competition practice. Every time, my hands stay fresh and my grips stay tight. It just works, plain and simple. And here's the kicker. It edges out the PDP in comfort because of its balance in hand. The weight distribution, the way it naturally sits in your palm, it all adds up to a gun that makes shooting feel effortless. For me, the PPQ isn't just about comfort, it's the pistol I trust to make people fall in love with shooting. So, which Walther team are you on? PDP or PPQ? If there were an award for most comfortable all-around, the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 2.0 Compact would win hands down. I still recall the weekend I spent teaching people how to carry this rifle. 3 full days of shooting, drills, and handling without stopping. Yet my hands felt the same at the conclusion as they did at the beginning. No pain, no strange hot places, just constant ease. The ergonomics are really good. No matter how big or tiny your hands are, that palm swell feels natural. The grip texture is just right. It's rough enough to keep you in control, but not too rough or abrasive. It's that perfect location where you feel grounded, but not like your hands are being hurt. And what caused it? Wow, Smith & Wesson definitely improved on the original M&P. The break is crisp, the reset is tactile, and the gun is smooth enough that every shot feels like it'll hit. It doesn't simply feel good, it also makes you feel safe. You can really drive this rifle through drills for long-range sessions without having to fight it. The M&P 2.0 Compact really does feel like a Swiss Army knife for comfort firearms. Carrying it in secret? Check. Sessions that last a long time? Okay. Do you practice for competition? Yes, for sure. It can do a lot of things without ever making you give up comfort. The M&P 9 2.0 Compact should be on your short list if you want a single pistol that works in any situation and keeps your hands happy. It's that companion you can always count on to feel good in your palm. So what's your favorite do-it-all gun? The HK VP9 is that one friend who always brings the perfect camping chair. It's easy to be comfortable without trying too hard. I remember the first time I took one to the range. I was used to my lighter carry firearms, so when I picked the VP9, I thought, wow, this is heavier than I thought it would be, but I didn't care about the second magazine. It just felt perfect. The grip truly blew me away. You may shape it to fit your hand with adjustable back straps and side panels. I changed a few parts till it fit flawlessly, like it was built particularly for me. Long sessions at the range didn't wear me out anymore. I was shooting magazine after magazine without getting tired in my hands like I usually do. And then there's the trigger. Take up the light, make it a clean break, and reset quickly. I've shot a lot of pistols, but this one was the best. Every follow-up shot felt better, and every pull felt better. The VP9 isn't about being super light. The extra weight actually helps you by making recoil less harsh and making quick strings seem easier. Of course, it's not the best option for hiding things well. I wouldn't want to wear this under a t-shirt all day, but what about training, carrying OWB, or protecting your home? It's a fantasy. It feels odd to go back to a regular grip once you've gotten used to this degree of comfort and control. The HK VP9 shows that comfort isn't just about how light the pistol is, it's also about how it feels like it was intended for you. And to be honest, I'd give up a couple of ounces any day if it meant I could shoot all day. Would you? When you talk about modern concealed carry, you have to mention the 6 Sauer P365 XL. The buzz? Completely earned. But I have a rather controversial point of view. The original P365 was everywhere when it came out. It was small, held a lot of ammo, and was great for carrying. Everyone wanted one. But after shooting it for a while, I discovered that the smaller grip made it less comfortable for lengthy periods. The P365 XL is here, the problem is fixed. The longer grip offers you full control, and the longer barrel makes the recoil less harsh. But it still has the slim hidden shape that made the original so popular. With an extended magazine, the capacity goes up to 12+1 or even 15+1. It has night sights, an optics-ready slide, and a snappy trigger that's solid but not too light, which makes it a pleasure to fire. The XL is so great because it strikes the right balance. It's small enough to carry all day, but big enough to shoot comfortably at the range for long periods of time. It may be used for a lot of things, like carrying it around every day, exercising, defending your home, and even practicing for competitions. The original P365 was the dazzling rookie that everyone noticed. The XL is the polished pro that always gets the job done. It's impossible not to admire how much thought SICK put into making an already outstanding design even better. It's comfortable, accurate, and ready for anything your EDC demands. So, are you on Team OGP 365 or Team XL? The P365 XL shows that occasionally a little growth may make a big difference. I first ran into the Glock 48 MOS during a concealed carry course, the kind where the instructor actually checks to see if your gun disappears under your shirt. Everyone had their chunky G19s or tiny subcompacts, and then one guy dropped this slim, almost graceful Glock on the table. I thought that's either going to be amazing to carry or it's going to kick like a mule. When it was my turn to try it, I instantly got why people love it. The slimline frame just melts against your body. 10 plus 1 rounds light enough that you forget it's on your hip, and no awkward printing under a t-shirt. After 4 hours of drills, my back and hip felt the same as when I walked in. No digging, no sore spots. And that grip? Familiar Glock texture, but with a slimmer profile that's perfect for smaller hands or anyone who's tired of wrestling with a brick-shaped grip. The recoil is surprisingly mild for its size, and the MOS cut means slapping on a red dot is quick and painless. By the end of the day, the instructor, a die-hard G19 guy, admitted he'd been carrying the 48 MOS off-duty for months. That told me everything I needed to know. But here's the thing. While the Glock 48 MOS nails slim comfort, the next pistol on this list shows that you can have both concealability and full-size shootability in one package, and it might just ruin you for every carry gun you've owned before. A few months back, I was deep in the woods on a friend's property, helping him track down signs of wild hogs tearing up his land. We'd been following fresh tracks for a while when I heard this low, sharp rustle in the brush right behind me. I turned and locked eyes with a massive boar not 10 yards away, head low, about to charge. I'm not talking about some cartoon moment where you have time to debate your life choices. This thing was moving fast. My Hellcat Pro was on my hip, concealed like always. I drew it without a second thought, the slim profile clearing the holster without snagging on my jacket. One steady breath and the threat stopped before it could reach me. That was the moment I realized why I carry this thing everywhere. The 15+1 capacity meant I wasn't going to run out of options, and the controllable recoil kept me on target even with my adrenaline spiking. By the time my friend came running, the danger was over. No drama, no fumbling, no bulk slowing me down. The Hellcat Pro isn't just a comfortable everyday carry. When you actually need it, it's the difference between a close call and a headline. The Hellcat Pro proves you can pack big performance into a small frame, but our next pick takes things in a completely different direction. You know how some guns feel good when you hold them, but when you start shooting, they let you down? Yep. The PDP Compact is the opposite. The first time I took this to the range, I thought, okay, another nice looking Walther. Then I wrapped my hand around it, and I swear it was like it had been 3D printed exactly for my hand. The grip texture, like a handshake that's firm without being sweaty. First magazine in, I realized something. My follow-up shots were faster and my groups were tighter without me even trying. That short, crisp trigger and the way the gun balances in your hand just make recoil feel like a polite tap on the shoulder. But here's the fun part. I let my buddy, a die-hard Glock guy, try it. He gave me the "I'm humoring you" look right up until a second magazine. Then he looks at me and goes, "Okay, I get it." That's when I knew. The PDP Compact's comfort isn't just a spec sheet thing. You have to feel it to believe it. For everyday carry, range days, or home defense, it's hard to find a real weakness here. But I'm ranking it at number 9 for a reason, because there's another one on this list that makes even this feel like a warm-up. And when we get there, let's just say, if comfort were a competition, that one's walking away with the trophy. The CZP-10C is that quiet guy at the range who doesn't talk much, but then drills the center of every target and leaves you wondering, where did that come from? First time I shot one, It wasn't even my gun. A buddy tossed it over and said, "Just try the grip." I figured, sure, how different could it be? Then I wrapped my hand around it and instantly knew. That grip angle feels like someone scanned your hand in 3D and built a pistol just for you. I raised it, sights lined up perfectly, no hunting, no tilt, no chicken wing adjustments. It's the kind of pointability you don't notice until you switch to a gun that doesn't have it, and suddenly you're fighting to find the sights. We ended up staying at the range way too long that day. Usually, after a couple of hundred rounds, my wrists start whispering, "We're done." With the P10C, however, nothing. Balanced recoil, polymer frame that soaks up just enough energy, and a trigger that basically dares you to fire one more shot and then another. And here's the kicker. It's compact enough for a daily carry, but big enough to give you a real full grip. No dangling pinkies, no cramped trigger guard. That's a rare sweet spot in 9mm land. Now I'll be honest, I almost ranked this one higher, but there's a pistol coming up that takes the same ergonomic magic and adds a twist I didn't see coming. When we get there, you'll know why the P10C had to settle for number 8. Alright, let's kick things off with a sleeper hit. The Beretta APX A1. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Beretta? Comfortable? Not exactly the first name that comes to mind, and that's exactly why this one surprised me. A buddy rolled up to the range last month with it. I'll be honest, I was skeptical. It looked like your standard polymer striker-fired pistol, but the second I gripped it, wow, that contour just fits. Like how Beretta must have hired a palm reader to design it, it just locks in perfectly. First shot, I realized the secret. Low bore axis. Recoil? Almost non-existent. The muzzle barely rises. You're not battling it, you're guiding it. Trigger? Crisp? Clean? No grit. I started thinking, why isn't everyone talking about this gun? And here's the kicker. It's optics ready, serrated for grip, and slim enough for some concealed carry. Yet it doesn't scream, "Look at me," like a Glock or a SIG. There's a quiet confidence to it, the kind that makes people at the range ask, "Wait, what's that?" I'll admit, I even had a mini debate with myself. Should I stick with my usual favorites or start sneaking this one into my rotation? By the end of the day, it was obvious this underdog wasn't flashy, but it earned my respect. So tell me, do you have a hidden gem that surprises you every time you pick it up? If so, drop it in the comments. And trust me, Beretta APX A1 is quietly doing its job better than most would ever expect. But if you think the APX A1 is impressive, wait until you see what's next. A pistol that takes comfort and naturally pointing power to a whole new level. A bonus pick? Absolutely, because the Canik TP9 Elite SC deserves it. This little underdog punches way above its weight. The first time I picked one up, I thought, wait, this feels better than pistols twice its price, and I wasn't wrong. From the grip to the trigger, everything just clicks. For a subcompact, the ergonomics are surprisingly natural. The grip sits in your hand like it was custom molded just for it. You get solid control without feeling cramped, which is rare for a gun this size. The trigger is crisp, clean, and predictable, while the sights are easy to pick up, making accurate follow-up shots a breeze. Recoil, completely manageable even for longer strings of fire. Your hands won't feel beat up. For a concealed carry, it's slim and light, but unlike many subcompacts, it doesn't compromise comfort or shootability. You can actually enjoy a full day at the range without wishing you had something bigger in your hands. The TP9 Elite SC proves that a budget-friendly gun doesn't have to feel cheap. It's a reminder that sometimes the hidden gems aren't always the flashiest and most expensive options. They're the ones that quietly outperform expectations. Ever been pleasantly surprised by a budget gun that felt like a high-end performer? That's exactly what the Canik TP9 Elite SC does, and it earns its spot on this comfort-focused list. And with that, we end this video. The 9mm pistols that don't just shoot straight, they ride easy all damn day. And that's the part folks miss. Accuracy's fine, firepower's nice, but a pistol you leave at home cause it digs into your ribs, that ain't protection, that's dead weight. Now I'll throw it at you. Which of these would you trust to ride with you every day, and which one's just too much hype for real carry? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be right here waiting. I'm Steve, and remember, the best carry pistol ain't the loudest or the flashiest, it's the one you actually carry. See you in the next one.